Anthony Albanese has expressed his shock after Scott Morrison made online jokes about the secret portfolios he held as Prime Minister as MPs call for his resignation. The former PM has commented on memes about possible new jobs and even created his own.
Let's bring in our Masters of Spin now, advertising and marketing experts, Meg Coffey and Matt Bywater. Welcome to you both. Matt, to you first. So Scott Morrison has a habit of making it look like there's no problem here, there's nothing to see, and in fact making a joke about it. Is that the way to go?
No, I never make jokes in a situation of a crisis. It takes away from the seriousness of the matter. And this whole thing in communications is that even if it's not a crisis, that just because you're the class clown doesn't mean you get to take home the prom queen. And this is what he risks here. He's actually not actually solving the problem he's created by this PR problem he's created by deflecting it.
But it works for Donald Trump.
Well, that's true, but we're a very different population here.
Absolutely.
Yeah, but he's making light of a very serious matter.
And I wonder whether there is something in that, Matt, if he was just to concentrate on how serious he felt that it was, that he had to take these portfolios on board, do you think he would have had a greater chance of winning over the pub test?
Oh, absolutely. Because remember, there's three lots of voters. There's people who are never going to vote for you, those who will always vote for you, and there's that big majority in the middle who kind of don't really know, and they only get the snippets. So you've got to give them something to actually listen and play for and say, well, look, you know, he was probably doing it out of national security or some other thing. Forget about whether it was the right thing or wrong thing to do. But to actually just to sort of laugh it off and say, well, like, you know, I'm the boss, I know best, like daddy knows best sort of thing, it just doesn't cut it.
Meg, what do you think? I mean, I did draw that parallel with Donald Trump. It doesn't seem all that far-fetched because he's had this sort of masterful strategy of turning bad PR into reasonably good PR by basically making light of it.
Well, first of all, we never want to do anything that Trump does or align ourselves with Trump, right? Like that's not a good thing to be doing. Look, I think this is horrible. Look, memes have their place. We can use memes, but we should never use memes in this way. This is a national crisis, and Morrison isn't taking it seriously. And the fact that he's using memes to try and explain it shows his disregard for the Australian public. I think this is horrible. And humor tries to soften a situation, and this, you know, as Matthew said, this is a situation that we shouldn't be softening. This is serious.
OK, moving on now to a new federal government campaign which is aimed at kids under 5. It's engaged the Teeny Tiny Stevies to create a song to encourage hand washing and measures to prevent viral spread. Meg, I've got a bit of a problem with a lot of money being spent on public communication campaigns which generally don't have a big effect unless it's backed up with a whole lot of other stuff on the ground to change opinions. Yeah. I mean, what do you think about this campaign, Meg? It's not that there's any problem with it and the song's fine, I've listened to it, but I just really don't know who this is going to influence unless it's a parent showing a child the video. But, you know, they're already the converted, aren't they, those parents?
Well, yeah, spot on. So I'm totally the wrong demographic for this ad. I don't have children. I don't have children in my life anywhere near me. So I had to ask a couple girlfriends, with all respect, had they even heard of the Teeny Tiny Stevies and what is this? And my girlfriends did say, yes, they're familiar with it. They do play certain songs for their children. But it's exactly what you just said. Unless you're playing to someone who knows exactly what this is and you're showing the ad to the children, this is a campaign that is very niche. Niche campaigns do have their place. But I think when we're talking about a broad government rollout of this case, we need to go a little bit broader than this.
Matty, is this money well spent or not?
I like the creative, I like the idea of going to where the market already is. I mean, they've got hundreds of millions of downloads to their songs. So this group, you know, they're very popular for that demographic. So that's a good idea. But you know, Meg's right. It's about the execution. How are you going to get it out? Where are they going to put this? Are they going to put it in preschools? How do you get people to actually watch the videos? Because right now there's not a lot of views. And then the kit, the actual information kit's not a bad little kit. But you know, putting it online in a PDF, that just doesn't work. You've got to get it out in the field and get people engaged in exchanging it. And I still think, look, love the teeny tiny Stevies, they're brilliant. I'm thinking, no, it's a bit long. It's a bit more like an advertisement. It's too long, a bit shorter. You know, I know my kid, the duck song, that thing, that's an absolute earworm. The kids love it, want to play it non-stop over and over and over. But yeah, that's just personal opinion. But yeah, the execution.
No, yeah, agree with you. And I've just worked out why Meg looks so serene. She doesn't have children, and she doesn't have children anywhere near her.
She probably eats pork too.
That'll do it.
It all makes sense now, Meg. Thank you both so much. Great to see you.
Thanks, guys.